Proceed, Solilas, to procure my fall, and bide the doom of death and woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity and discord which, of late, sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke to merchants, our well-dealing countrymen, who, wanting guilders to redeem their lives, have sealed his rigorous statutes with their bloods, excludes all pity from our threatening looks. It hath in solemn synods been decreed, both by the Syracusans and ourselves, to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay, more, if any born at Ephesus be seen at any Syracusan marts and fairs, again, if any born at Syracuse be seen at any Ephesian marts and fairs, he dies. His goods confiscate to the Duke's dispose, unless 1,000 marks be levied to quit the penalty and ransom him. Thy substance, valued at the highest rate, cannot amount unto 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Yet this my comfort, and when your words are done, my woes and likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusan, say in brief the cause, why thou departest from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task could not have been imposed than to speak my griefs unspeakable. There in Syracusia I was born and wed unto a woman, happy but for me. My business took me to Epidemium, the while my wife was very good with child. She soon and safe arrived where I was, and there she had not been long. She became a joyful mother of 2 goodly sons. And, which was strange, one so like the other that they could only be distinguished but by name. And at that very hour, in the selfsame inn, a meaner woman was delivered, of such a burden, male twins, both alike. Thus, for their parents were exceedingly poor, I bought and brought them up to attend my sons. My wife, not so meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motion for a home return. Unwillingly, I agreed. Alas, too soon we came aboard. A league from Epidemium had we sailed, when dreadful tempest tore the ship apart. The sailors sought safety from our boat and left the ship, sinking right to us. My wife, more careful for the latter born, had fastened him on a small spare mast, such as seafaring provide for a storm. To him, one of the other twins was bound, whilst I had been like heathful of the other. The children thus disposed, my wife and I, fixing our eyes onto whom our care was fixed, had fastened ourselves at either end of the mast. At length, the sun, gazing upon the earth, dispersed those vapors that offended us, and by the benefit of his wished life, the seas waxed calm, and we discovered 2 ships from afar, of Corinth that, of Epidarius this. But ere they came, oh, let me say no more, gather the sequel by that which went before.
Nay, forward, old man, do not break off so, for we may pity, though not pardon thee.
Ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, when we were encountered by a mighty rock, being violently borne upon, our helpful ship was splitted in the midst. My wife, 1 son, and the other twin boy, they 3 in our sights were taken up by fishermen of Corinth, as we thought. At length, another ship had seized on us, and knowing whom it was they happened to save, gave healthful welcome to their shipwrecked guests. It would have robbed the fishers of their prey, had not their bark been very slow of sail. Thus homeward did they bend their course. Thus have you heard me severed from thy bliss, that by misfortunes was my life prolonged, to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do me the favor to dilate at full what hath befallen of them and thee till now.
My youngest son, and yet my eldest care, at 18 became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his attendant, foolish though he be, would bear him company at the quest of him, whom, whilst I labored of love to see, I hazard the loss of whom I love. 5 summers have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bonds of Asia, and, coasting homeward, came to Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to keep unsought, that and any place that harbors men. But here must the story of my life end, and happy were I in my timely death, that all my travels would warn me to live.
Hapless Aegean, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap. Now, trust me, were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes, would they, may not disannul, my soul would sue as advocate for thee. But, though thou art adjudged to the death, and passed sentence may not be recalled, but to our honor's great disparagement, yet I will favor thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I'll limit thee this day to seek thy life by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus. Beg thou or borrow to make up the sum and live. If no, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody.
Hopeless and helpless doth Aegeon wend, that to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Therefore, give out you of Epidamia, lest that your goods too soon be confiscated. This very day, a Syracusan merchant is apprehended for arrival here, and not being able to buy his life, according to the statute of the town, dies ere the weary sun sets in the west. There is your money that I had to keep.
Go bear it to the centaur, where we host, and stay there, Dromio, till I come to thee. Within this hour, it will be dinner time. Till then, I'll view the manners of the town, peruse the traders, gaze upon the buildings, and then return and sleep within mine inn. For with long travel, I am stiff and weary. Get thee away.
Many a man would take you at your word, and go indeed, having so good a mean.
He seems a trusty villain, that Mistoft. When you are dull with care and melancholy, lighten your humor with his merry jests. Although you press me with your tender care, I cannot walk with you about the town, and then go to your inn, and dine with you. I am invited, sir, to certain merchants, of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon. Soon at 5 o'clock, please you, I'll meet with you upon the mart, and afterward consort you till bedtime. My present business calls me from you now.
Farewell till then. I will go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to mine own content commends me to the thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water that in the ocean seeks another drop, who, falling there to find his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, confounds himself. So I, to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them, unhappy, lose myself. Here comes the almanac of my true date. What now? How chanced thou art returned so soon?
Return so soon? Rather approach too late. The capon burns, the pig falls from the spit, the clock has struck 12 upon the bell. My mistress made it 1 upon my cheek. She is hot 'cause the meat is cold. The meat is cold 'cause you come not home. You come not home 'cause you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broken your fast. And we that know what it is to fast and pray are penitent to your default today.
Stop in your wincer. Tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money that I gave you?
Oh, 6 pence that I had last Wednesday to pay the saddler for my mistress's cropper. The saddler had it. I kept it not.
I am not in a sport of humor now. Tell me, and dally not, where is the money? We being strangers here, how darest thou trust so great a charge from thine own custody?
I pray you jest, sir, as you sit at dinner. I for my mistress come and post. If I return, I will be post indeed, for she will scour your faults upon my pate.
Come, Dromio, come. These jests are out of season. Reserve them till a merrier hour than this. Where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
Why, you gave no gold to me.
Come on, sir knave, have done your foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
My charge was but to fetch you from the mart, home to your house, the Phoenix, for dinner. My mistress and her sister wait for you.
In what safe place you have bestowed my money, or I shall break that merry sconce of yours, that stands on tricks mine when I am undisposed. Where is the 1,000 marks thou hast of me?
I have some marks of yours upon my pate, some of my mistress's marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both. If I were to pay your worship those again, perchance you would not bear them patiently.
Thy mistress's marks? What mistress, slave, hast thou?
Your worship's wife at the Phoenix. She doth fast till you come home to dinner, and prays that you will hie ye home to dinner.
What, wilt thou flout me thus into my face, being forbid? There, take you that, sir knave.
What mean you, sir? For God's sake, hold your hands. Nay, you'll not. I'll take my heels.
I am so sorry. Upon my life, by some device or other, the villain is robbed of all my money. They say this town is full of cozenage, as nimble jugglers that deceive the eye, dark working sorcerers that change the mind, disguised cheaters, parading mountebanks, and many such like liberties of sin. If it prove so, I will be gone the sooner. To the centaur to go seek this slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Neither my husband nor the slave returned, that in such haste I sent to seek his master. Sure, Luciana, it is 2:00.
Good sister, let us dine and never fret. A man is master of his liberty. Time is their master, and when they see time, they'll go or come. If so, be patient, sister,
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
because their business still lies at Odor.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh, no, he is the bridle of your will.
There's none but asses will be bridled so.
Why, headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye, but half is bound in earth, in sea, in sky. The beasts, the fishes, and the winged foals are their male subjects, and at their controls. Man, more divine, is master of all these, lord of the wide world and wild watery seas, endued with intellectual sense and souls, of more preeminence than fisher foals, are masters to their females and their lords. Then let your will attend on their accords.
This servitude makes you to keep unwed.
Not this, but troubles of the marriage bed.
But were you wedded, you would bear some sway.
Ere I learn love, I'll practice to obey.
How if your husband start some otherwhere?
Till he come home again, I would forbear.
patience unmoved. No marvel though she pause, they can be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul, bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear it cry. But were we burdened with like weight of pain, as much or more would we ourselves complain. So thou, that hast no unkind mate to grieve thee, with urging, helpless patience wouldst relieve me. But if thou live to see like right bereft, this fool-begged patience in thee will be left.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try. Here comes your man now. Is your husband nigh?
Say, is your tardy master now at hand?
Nay, he's at 2 hands with me, and that my 2 ears can witness.
But say, didst thou speak with him? Knowest thou his mind?
He told his mind upon my ear. Beshrew his hand, I scarce could understand it.
Spake he so doubtfully thou couldst not feel his meaning?
Nay, he struck so plainly I could too well feel his blows. With also doubtfully I scarce could understand it.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home? Seems he hath great care to please his wife.
Why, mistress, sure my master is stark mad. Aye, sure he's both stark and raving mad. And I had desired him to come home to dinner. He has me for 1,000 marks in gold. 'Tis dinner time, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Your meat doth burn, quoth I.
My gold, quoth he.
Will you come home, quoth I.
My gold, quoth he. Where's the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain?
The pig, quoth I, is burned.
My gold, quoth he.
Will you come home, quoth I. My mistress, quoth I.
Hang up thy mistress. I know not thy mistress.
Out on thy mistress! Quoth who? Quoth my master. I know. Quoth he. Ooh. No house. No wife. No. So that my errand do unto my tongue, I thank him, bear home upon my shoulders, for in conclusion he did beat me there.
Go back again, thou slave, and fetch him home.
Go back again? And be beaten new home? God's sake, send some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I will break thy pate across.
And he'll bless that cross with other beating. Between you both, I'll have a holy head.
Hence, prating peasant, fetch thy master home.
Am I surrounded you? Though like a football, spurn me thus. He spurns me hence. If I last in this service, you must case me in leather.
Fie, how impatience loureth in your face.
His company must do his minions grace, whilst I at home starve for a merry look. Hath homely age the alluring beauty took from my poor cheek? Then he hath wasted it. Are my discourses dull, barren my wit? If voluble and sharp discourse be marred, unkindness blunts it more than marble hard. What ruins are in me that can be found by him not ruined? Then he is the ground of my defeatures. My decayed fair, sunny look would soon repair. Poor I am, but stale.
Self-harming jealousy. Fie, beat it hence.
Unfeeling fools can with such wrongs dispense. I know his eye doth homage otherwhere, or else what lets it he would be here. Sister? You know he promised me a chain. Would that alone a love he would detain? Since that my beauty cannot please his eye, I'll weep what's left away, and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy?
The gold I gave to Dromio was laid up safe at the Centaur. And the heedful slave is wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation and mine host report, I could not speak with Dromio since at first I sent him from the mart. See, here he comes. How now, sir? Is your merry humor altered? As you love strokes, so jest with me again. You know no centaur? You received no gold? Your mistress sent to have me home to dinner? My house was at the Phoenix? Wast thou mad that thus so madly thou didst answer me?
What answer, sir? When spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I did not see you since you sent me hence, home to the Centaur, with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold's receipt, and toldst me of a mistress and a dinner, for which, I hope, thou feltst I was displeased.
I am glad to see you in this merry vein. What means this jest? I pray you, master, tell me.
Yea, dost thou jeer and flaunt me in the teeth? Thinkest thou I jest? Hold! Take thou that and that.
Hold, sir, for God's sake! Now you're just as earnest. What bargain do you give it me?
If you will jest with me, know my aspect, and fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I will beat this method in your sconce.
But pray, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
Aye, sir, and wherefore? For they say every why hath a wherefore.
Why, first, for flouting me, and then wherefore, for urging it the second time to me.
Was there ever any man beaten out of season, when in the why and the wherefore is neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
Marry, sir, for the something that you gave me nothing.
I'll make you amends next, to give you nothing for something. But say, sir, is it dinner time?
No, sir, I think the meat wants that I have.
In good time, sir. What's that?
Basting.
Well, sir, then 'twill be dry.
If it be, sir, I pray you eat none of it,
Your reason?
lest it make you choleric and purchase me another dry basting.
Well, sir, learn to jest in good time. There's a time for all things.
I durst have denied that before you were so choleric.
By what rule?
Marry, sir, by a rule as plain as the plain bald pate of Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There is no time for a man to recover hair that grows bald by nature.
May he not do it by fine and recovery?
Yes, to pay a fine for a periwig and recover the lost hair of another man.
Why is time such a greed of hair, being, as it is, so plentiful?
Because it is a blessing that he bestows on beasts, and what he hath scant in men and hair, he hath given them in wit.
Why? But there's many a man hath more hair than wit.
Not a man of those, but he hath wit to lose his hair.
Why, thou didst conclude hairy men, plain dealers, without wit.
The plainer the dealer, the sooner lost. Yet he loseth it with some kind of jollity.
For what reason?
For two, and sure ones too.
Nay, not sure, I pray you.
Sound ones then.
Nay, not sound, in a thing flashing.
Certain ones then.
Name them.
The one, to save the money that he spends in tiring. The other, that at dinner they should not drop in his porridge.
You would all this time have proved there is no time for all things.
Namely, and did, sir, namely in no time to recover hair lost by nature.
But your reason was not substantial why there is no time to recover.
Thus I mend it. Time himself is bald, and therefore, to the world's end, we will have bald followers.
I knew 'twould be a bald conclusion. But soft, who wafts us yonder?
Aye, Antipholus. Look strange and frown. Some other lady hath thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once when thou unurged wouldst vow that never words were music to thine ear, that never object pleasing in thine eye, that never touch well welcome to thy hand, unless I spake or looked or touched or carved to thee. How comes it now, my husband? Oh, how comes it that thou art thus estranged from thyself? For know, my love, as easy mayst thou fall a drop of water in the breaking gulf, and take unmingled that same drop again, as take from me thyself, and not me too.
Plead you to me, fair dame? I know you not. In Ephesus, I am but 2 hours old. As straight into your town as to your talk, who, every word, by all my wit being scanned, wants wit in all one word to understand.
Fie, brother, how the world has changed with you. When were you wont to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio? By me?
By thee, and this thou didst return from him, that he did buffet thee, and in his blows denied my house for his, me for his wife.
Did you converse, sir, with these gentlewomen? What is the course and drift of your compact?
I, sir? I never saw her till this time.
Villain, thou liest, for even her very words didst thou deliver to me on the mart.
I never spake with her in all my life.
How can she thus then call us by our names? Unless it be by inspiration.
How ill agrees it with your gravity to counterfeit thus grossly with your slave, abetting him to thwart me in my mood. Come, I will fasten on this sleeve of thine. Thou art an elm, my husband, I a vine, whose weakness, married to thy stronger state, makes me with thy strength to communicate.
She speaks to me. She means me for her theme. What? Was I married to her in my dream? Or sleep I now and think I hear all this? What error drives our eyes and ears amiss? Until I know this sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
Oh, for my beads, I cross me as a sinner. This is the fairyland of spite of spites. We talk with goblins, owls, and sprites. If we obey them not, this will ensue. They'll suck our breath, or pinch us black and blue.
Why pratest thou to thyself and answer not? Dromio, thou drone, thou snail, thou slug, thou sot.
I am transformed, master, am I not?
I think thou art in mind, and so am I.
Nay, master, both in mind and in my shape.
Thou hast thine own form.
No, I am an ape.
If thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass.
'Tis so, she rides me, and I long for grass. 'Tis true, I am an ass. Else it could never be, but I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come, come, no longer will I be a fool to put the finger in the eye and weep, whilst man and master laugh my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate. Husband, I'll dine above with you today. Sirrah, if any ask you for your master, say he dines forth, and let no creature enter. Come, sister. Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I in earth? In heaven? Or in hell? Sleeping or waking, mad or well advised, known unto these and to myself disguised. I'll say as they say and persevere so, and in these mists at all adventures go.
Master, shall I be porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter, lest I break your pate.
Come, come, Antipholus. We dine too late.
Good Signor Angelo, you must excuse us all. My wife is Jewish when I keep not ours. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of her golden chain, and that tomorrow you will bring it home. But here is the villain that would face me down. He met me on the mart, and that I beat him, and charged him with 1,000 marks in gold, and that I did deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard thou, what didst thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know, that you did beat me at the mart, and I have your hand to show. For if the skin were parchment, and the blows you gave were ink, your own handwriting would tell you what I think.
You're sad, Signor Balthasar. Pray God, our cheer may answer my good will, and your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir, and you're welcome, dear.
Oh, Signor Balthasar, either at flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, is common, that every churl affords.
And welcome more common, for that's nothing but words.
Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast.
I, too greedy host and more sparing guest, but though my cates be mean, take them in good part. Better cheer may you have, but not with better heart. But soft, my door is locked. Go, bid them let us in.
Maud! Bridget! Marion! Sissel? Jillian? Jan!
Mome, motors, cap'n, coxcomb, idiot, patch, either get thee from the door, sit down at the hatch. Dost thou conjure for ladies that thou callest for such store, when one is one too many? Go, get thee from the door.
What patch has made our porter? My master stays in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on his feet.
Who talks within there? Ho, open the door!
Right, sir, I'll tell you when and you tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For dinner. I have not dined today.
Nor today, here you must not. Come again when you may.
What art thou that keepest me from the house I owe?
The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Romeo.
Oh, villain! Thou hast stolen both mine office and my name. One mere got me credit, the other, nickel blame.
What coil is there, Dromio? Who are those at the gate?
Let my master in.
Faith, no. He comes too late, and so tell your master.
Oh, Lord, I must laugh. Have it you with the proverb, shall I set in my staff?
Have at you with another. That's when... Can you tell?
Thou hast answered him well.
Do you hear, you minion? You let us in, I hope.
I thought to have asked you.
And you said no.
Come help. Well struck. There was blow for blow.
Thou baggage, let me in!
Can you tell for whose sake?
Master, knock the door hard.
Let him knock till it ache.
You'll cry for this, you minion, if I beat the door down.
What needs all that in a pair of socks in town?
Who is that at the door that keeps all this noise?
By my troth, our class is troubled with unruly boys.
No, that's not true. It's not true. Nope.
Are you there, wife? You might have come before.
Your wife, sir knave. Go, get you from the door.
If you went in pain, master, this knave would go sore.
Here's neither cheer, sir, nor welcome. We would fain have either.
In debating which was best, we shall part with neither.
They stand at the door. Master, bid them all come hither.
There is something in the wind that we cannot get in.
You'd say so if your garment were thin, and your cake warm within. You stand here in the cold. It'd make a man mad as a buck to be bought and sold.
Go fetch me something. I'll break open the gate.
Breaking here, and I'll rip your knave's pate.
A man may break a word with you, sir, and words are but wind. Aye, you break it in your face, so you break it not behind.
It seems thou wantest breaking. Out upon thee, hind!
Here's too much, out upon thee! Let me in!
Right, sir, when fowls have no feathers and fish have no fin.
Well, I'll break in. Go, borrow me a crow.
A crow without a feather. That's a fish without a fin. If a crow help us, fowl without feather. If a crow help us in, we'll pluck a crow together.
Get thee gone. Fetch me an iron crow.
Have patience, sir. Oh, let it not be so. Herein you war against your reputation, and draw within the compass of suspect the unviolated honor of your wife. Once this, your long experience of her wisdom, her sober virtue, years in modesty, plead on her part some cause to you unknown. And doubt not, sir, but she will well excuse why at this time the doors are made against you. Be ruled by me. Depart in patience. Let us to the Tiger all to dinner, and about evening come yourself alone to know the reason of this strange restraint. If by strong hand you offer to break in, now in the stirring passage of the day, a vulgar comment will be made of it, and that, supposed by the common route, against your yet ungallant estimation, with foul intrusion may enter in, and dwell upon your grave when you are dead. For slander lives upon succession, forever housed where it gets possession.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and, in despite of mirth, mean to be merry. I know a gentlewoman to some excellent discourse, Mariana, the hostess of an inn. To her will we to dinner. Go, get you home, and fetch the chain. By this I know 'tis made. Bring it, I pray you, to the Porpentine, for there's the house. This chain will I bestow. Be it for nothing, but to spite my wife, upon mine hostess there. Good sir, make haste. Since mine own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock elsewhere to see if they'll disdain me.
I'll bring into that place some hour hence.
Do so. This jest cost me some expense.
And may it be that you have quite forgotten husband's office? Shall Antipholus, even in the spring of love, thy love's spring rot? Shall love, in building, grow so ruinous? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake, use her with more kindness. Or, if you like elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thy own shame's orator. Look sweet, be fair, become disloyalty. Apparel vice like virtue's harbinger. Alas, poor woman, make us but believe, being compact of credit, that you love us. Though others have the arm, show us the sleeve, we in your motion turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle brother, get you in again, comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis a holy sport to be a little vain, when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, what your name is else, I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine, lest in your knowledge and your grace that you show not to our earth's wonder, more than earth divine. Against my soul's pure truth, why labor you to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me, then into your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more to you do I decline. Oh, train me not, sweet mermaid, with thy note, to drown me in thy sister's flood of tears. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will dote.
What, are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated. How, I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sun, being by.
Gaze where you should, and that will clear your sight.
As good to wink, sweet love, as look on night.
Why call you me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister's sister.
That's my sister.
No. It is thyself, mine own self's better part, mine eye's clear eye, my dear heart's dear heart, my food, my fortune, and my sweet hope's aim, my soul, earth's heaven, and my heaven's claim.
All this my sister is, all should be.
Call thyself sister sweet, for I am thee. Thee will I love, and with thee live my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, soft air, hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to get her goodwill.
Why, how now, Dromio? Where runnest thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Thou art Dromio. Thou art my man. Thou art thyself.
No, I am an ass. I am a woman's man, and besides myself.
What woman's man? And how besides thyself?
Marry, sir, besides myself, I am due to a woman, one that claims me, one that haunts me, one that will have me.
What is she?
A very reverent body. I, such a one, as a man may not speak of without he say, Sir Reverence. I have but lean luck in the match, and yet is she a wondrous, fat marriage.
How dost thou mean a fat marriage?
Marry, sir, she's the kitchen girl, and all grease. I know not what use to put to her, but to make a lamp of her, and run from her by her own light.
What complexion is she of?
Swart, like my shoe, but her face half nothing so clean kept. For why? She sweats. A man may go over shoes in the grime of it.
That's a fault that water will mend.
No, sir, 'tis in grain. Noah's flood could not do it.
What's her name?
No, sir, but her name in 3/4. That is in L and 3/4. We'll not measure her from hip to hip.
Then she bears some breadth.
No longer from head to foot and from hip to hip. She is spherical, like a globe. I could find out countries on her.
In what part of her body stands Ireland?
Mary, sir, in her buttocks. I found it out by the bogs.
Where's Scotland?
I found it in the Baroness, hardened palm of the hand.
Where France?
In her forehead, armed and reverted, making war against her heir.
Where England?
I looked for the chalky cliffs, but could find no whiteness in them. But I guess it stood in her chin, by the salt room that ran between France and it.
Where's Spain?
Faith, I saw it not, but felt it hot in her breath.
Where America, the Indies?
Oh, sir, upon her nose all are embellished with rubies, sapphires, carbuncles, and under it were 2 deep caves from which 2 thick and muddy rivers ran. To conclude, this drudge laid claim to me, called me Dromio, swore I was assured to her, told me what privy marks I had about me, as the mark of my shoulder, the mole in my neck, the great wart upon my left arm, that I, amazed, ran from her as a witch.
Go hide thee presently. Post to the road. And if the wind blow any way from shore, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark put forth, come to the mart, where I will walk till thou return to me. If everyone knows us and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge, pack, and be gone.
As from a bear a man would run from life, so fly I from her that would be my wife.
There's none but witches do inhabit here, and therefore 'tis high time that I were hence. She that doth call me husband, even my soul doth for a wife abhor. But her fair sister, possessed with such a gentle sovereign grace, of such enchanting presence and discourse, hath almost made me traitor to myself. But, lest myself prove guilty to self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid's song.
Master Tiflis.
I, that's my name.
I know it well, sir. Lo, here's the chain which you had of me. I thought to have taken you to the Portenheim, the chain unfinished when we stayed thus long.
What is your will that I should do with this?
What please yourself, sir. I have made it for you.
Made it for me, sir. I bespoke it not.
Not once, nor twice, but 20 times you have. Go home with it, and please your wife withal. And soon at supper time, I'll visit you, and then receive my money for the chain.
I pray you, sir, receive the money now, for you ne'er see chain nor money more.
You are a merry man, sir. Fare you well.
What I should think of this, I cannot tell. But this I think, there's not a man is so vain that would refuse so fair an offered chain. I see a man here needs not live by shifts, when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. I'll to the mart, and there for Dromio stay. If any ship put forth, then straight away.
You know, since Pentecost the sum is due, and since we have not much importuned you, nor not we had not, but that we are bound to Persia, and want guilders for our voyage. I'm debating our present store, and by the near guess in my memory, I cannot instantly raise up the gross of all the guilders that we do require. Therefore, make present satisfaction, or we'll attach you by this officer here.
Even just the sum that I do owe to you is growing to me by Antipholus. And in the instant that I met with you, he added me a chain. At 5 o'clock, I shall receive the money for the same. Pleaseth, you walk with me down to his house. I'll discharge my bond, and thank you too.
While I go to the goldsmith's house, go thou, and buy a rope's end. That will I bestow on my wife and her confederates for locking me out of my doors by day. But soft, I see the goldsmith. Get thee gone, buy thou a rope, and bring it home to me.
I'd buy £1,000 a year. I'd buy a rope.
A man is well hope up that trusts to you. I promised at your presence and the chain, but neither chain nor goldsmith came to me. Be like you thought our love would last too long, if we were chained together, and therefore came not.
Saving your merry humor, here's the note. How much your chain weighs to utmost carat, the finest of the gold in chargeful fashion, which doth amount to 3 odd ducats more than I stand indebted to these gentlemen, whom I, to blame, have held them here too long. For they're bound to see and stay but for it.
I'm not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good signor, take the stranger to my house, and with you take the chain, and bid my wife disperse the sum on the receipt thereof. Perchance I'll be there as soon as you.
Then you'll bring the chain to her yourself.
No, bear it with you, lest I come not time enough.
Well, sir, I will. Have you the chain about you?
And if I have not, sir, I hope you have, or else you may return without your money.
Nay, come, I pray you, give me the chain. Both wind and tide stays to these gentlemen, and I, to blame, have held him here too long.
Good Lord, use this dalliance to excuse your breach of promise to the porpentine. I should have tried you for not bringing it, but like a shrew, you first begin to brawl.
The hour steals on. I pray you, sir, dispatch. Wedges of gold, great anchors, heaps of pearl, unesteemed stones, unvalued jewels. Bell, book, and candle shall not drive me back when gold and silver becks me to come on.
You hear how he importunes me? The chain!
Why, give it to my wife and fetch your money.
Come, come, you know I give it to you even now. Either send the chain or send by me some token.
Fie, now you run this humor out of breath. Come, where's the chain? I pray you, let me see it.
My business cannot brook this dalliance. Good sir, say whether you answer me or no. If not, I will leave him to this officer.
I answer you? What should I answer you?
The money that you owe me for the chain.
I owe you none till I receive the chain.
You know I gave it to you even half an hour since.
You gave me none. You wrong me much to say so.
You wrong me more, sir, and deny it. Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Well, officer, arrest him at my suit.
This touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay this sum for me, or I attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee that I never had. Arrest me, foolish fellow, if thou darest.
Here's thy fee. Arrest him, officer. I will not spare my brother in this case, if he should scorn me so apprehently.
I do obey thee till I give thee bail. But, sirrah, shall buy the sport as dear as all the men in your shop will answer.
Sir, I have law in Ephesus, and to your notorious shame, I doubt it not.
There's a bark of Epidamnum that stays but till her owner comes aboard. And then, sir, she bears away. The ship is in her trim. The merry wind blows fair for land. They stay for naught at all, but for their owner, master, and yourself.
How now? A madman? Why, thou peevish sheep, what ship of Epidamnum stays for me?
A ship you sent me to hire waftage.
Thou drunken slave, I sent thee for a rope, and told thee to a purpose and what end.
You sent me for a rope's end as soon? You sent me to the bay, sir, for a bark.
I will debate this matter at more leisure, and teach your ears to listen me with more heed. To Adriana, villain, hie thee straight. Give her this key, and tell her in the desk that's covered o'er with Turkish tapestry, for there is a purse of ducats. Let her send it. Tell her I'm arrested in the street, and that shall bail me. Hie thee, slave, be gone. On, officer, to prison till it come.
Okay. To Adriana, that is where we dined. Where thou was able to claim me for her husband. She is too big, I hope, for me to compass. Thither I must, although against my will, for servants must their master's minds fulfill.
Ah, Luciana, did he tempt thee so? Mightst thou perceive austerely in his eye that he did plead in earnest, yea or no?
First, he denied you had in him no right.
He meant he did me none, the more my spite.
Then he swore he was a stranger here.
And true he swore, though yet forsworn he were.
Then pleaded I for you.
And what said he?
That love I begged of you, he begged of me.
With what persuasion did he tempt thy love?
With words that in an honest suit might move. First, he did praise my beauty, then my speech.
Did speak him fair?
Have patience, I beseech.
I cannot, nor I will not hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have his will. He is deformed, crooked, old, and sere, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless everywhere, vicious, ungentle, foolish, blunt, unkind, stigmatical in making, worse in mind.
Who would be jealous then of such a one? No evil lost is wailed when it is gone.
Ah, but I think him better than I say, and yet would hear in others' eyes were worse. Far from her nest the lapwing cries away. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
Here go the desk, the purse, sweet. Now make haste.
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast.
Where is thy master, Dromio? Is he well?
No. He's in tartar limbo, worse than hell. A devil in an everlasting garment hath him, one whose hard heart is buttoned up with steel, one that before a hound that runs counter and yet draws dry foot well, one that before the judgment carries poor souls to hell.
Why, man, what is the matter?
I do not know the matter. He is arrested on the case.
What? Is he arrested? Tell me at whose suit?
I know not at whose suit he is arrested well. Will you send him, mistress, the money in the desk?
Go fetch it, sister. This I wonder at, that he, unknown to me, should be in debt. Tell me, was he arrested on a band?
No, not a band. A stronger thing. A chain, a chain. Do you not hear it ring?
What, the chain?
No, the bell. 'Tis time I were gone. 'Twas 2 ere I left him, and now the clock strikes 1.
The hours come back. That did I never hear.
Oh yes, if an hour ever meet a sergeant, he turns back for very fear.
There is the money, Dromio. Go, bear it straight, and bring thy master home immediately. Come, sister, I am pressed down with conceit. Conceit my comfort and my injury.
There's not a man I meet but doth salute me as if I were his well-acquainted friend, and every one doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me, some invite me, Some other give me thanks from kindnesses. Some offer me commodities to buy. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles, and Lapland sorcerers inhabit here.
Master! Here's the gold you sent me for.
What gold is this? I understand thee not.
No? Why? To redeem you from the enforcer of the law, the keeper of peace, the man on whom all justice must depend.
What, thou meanest an officer?
I, sir, the sergeant of the band. He that brings any man to answer it that breaks his band. One that thinks a man always going to bed and says, God give you good rest.
Well, sir, there rest in your foolery. Is there any ships put forth tonight? May we be gone?
Why, sir, I brought you word an hour since that the bark expedition put forth tonight. And then, sir, you were hindered by a sergeant. Here are the angels that you sent me for to deliver you.
The fellow is distract, and so am I. And here we wander in illusions. Some blessed power deliver us from hence.
Well met. Well met, Master Antipholus. Clap to the doors. Watch tonight. Pray tomorrow. Gallants, lads, boys, hearts of gold, all the titles of good fellowship come to you. Shall we be merry? I see, sir. You have found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Satan, avoid, I charge thee, tempt me not.
Master, is this Mistress Satan?
It is the devil.
Nay, she is worse. She is the devil's dam. It is written they appear to men like angels of light. Light is an effect of fire, and fire will burn. Come not near her.
Your man and you are marvelous merry, sir. But I keep a good house. If a man swagger, let him not come here. No, by my faith, I'll live among my neighbors. I'll no swaggerers. I am in good name and fame with the very best. Shut the door, there comes no swaggerers here. I have not lived all this while to have swaggering now. Shut the door. Will you go with me? We'll mend our dinner here.
Master, if you do, expect spoon meat, or bespeak a long spoon.
Why, Dromio?
Marry, sir, he that must eat with the devil must have a long spoon.
Avoid then, fiend. What tellest thou me of supping? Thou art, as you are all, a sorceress. I conjure thee to leave me and be gone.
Give me the ring you had of mine at supper, or for my diamond, the chain you promised, and I'll be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
Some devils ask for a pangs of one's nail, a rush, a pin, a drop of blood, a nut, a cherry stone. But she, more covetous, would have a chain.
I pray you, sir, my ring, or else the chain. I hope you do not mean to cheat me so.
Avaunt, thou witch. Come, Dromio, let us go.
Fly, pride, says the peacock, mistress, that you know.
Now, out of doubt, Antipholus is mad. Else would he never so demean himself. A ring he hath of mine worth 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and other he denies me now. The reason that I gather, he is mad. Besides this present instance of his rage is a mad tale he told today at dinner of his own doors being shut against his entrance. But like his wife, acquainted with his fits, on purpose barred the doors against his way. My way is now to hie home to his house and tell his wife that, being a lunatic, he rushed into my house and took perforce my ring away. This course I fit as choose, for 40 ducats is too much to lose. Fear me not, man. I will not break away. I'll give thee, ere I leave thee, so much money, to warrant thee as I am rested for. My wife is in a wayyard mood today, and will not lightly trust the messengers, that I should be attached to Ephesus. I tell you, 'twill sound harshly in her ears. Here comes my man. I think he brings the money. How now, sir? Have you that I sent you for?
Here's that you warrant. We'll pay them all.
But where's the money?
I gave the money for the rope.
500 ducats, villain, for a rope? To what end did I bid thee hie thee home?
To a rope's end, sir. To that end, I'm returned.
And to that end, sir, will I welcome you.
Nay, 'tis for me to be patient. I'm in adversity.
It's a mad time.
Nay, rather persuade him to hold his hands.
Thou worse and senseless villain.
I wish I were senseless, so I could not feel your blows.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows. So is an ass.
Indeed, I am an ass. You may prove it by my long ears. I have served him from the hour of my nativity to this very instant. When I'm hot, he cools me with beating. When I'm cold, he heats me with beating. I'm raised with it when I sleep, driven out of doors with it when I leave, welcomed home with it when I return.
Come, go on. My wife is coming yonder.
Mistress, do not fear, for he is afraid not.
Wilt thou still talk?
How say you now? Is not your husband mad?
His incivility confirms no less. Good Dr. Pinch.
Shamana! Shamani! Shamano! Shamani! Expulsatum! Icarantum! Icaranto!
You are a conjurer. Establish him in his true sense again, and I will please you what you will demand.
Alas, how fiery and sharp he looks.
Mark, how he trembles in his ecstasy.
Give me your hand and let me feel your pulse.
Here is my hand, and let it feel your ear.
Shamana! Shamani! I charge thee, Satan, housed within this man, to yield possession to my holy prayers, and to thy state of darkness hie thee straight. I conjure thee by all the saints in heaven.
Peace, doting wizard. Peace. I am not mad.
Oh, that thou wert not, poor distressed soul.
You minion, you? Are these your customers? And this companion with the saffron face revel and feast at my house today, whilst the guilty doors were shut on me, and I denied to enter my house?
Oh, husband, God doth know that you dined at home. Where would you had remained till this time, free from these slanders and this open shame?
Dined? At home? Thou villain, what sayest thou?
Sir, sooth to say, you did not dine at home.
Were not the doors locked up and I shut out?
The doors were shut, and you locked out.
And did not she herself revile me there?
She herself reviled you there.
Did not her sister rail, taunt, and scorn me?
Purdy, she did, and the kitchen vessel scorned you.
And did not I depart in rage from thence?
Indeed, my bones have felt the vigors of your age.
Is it good to soothe him in these contraries?
It is no shame. The fellow finds well his vein, and, yielding to him, humors well his frenzy.
Thou hast sobered the goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas, I sent you money to redeem you by Dromio, who came in haste for it.
Money? By me, master? Not a rag of money.
Wouldst not thou to her for a purse of ducats?
He came to me and I delivered it.
And I am witness with her that you did. God and the rope maker bear me witness that I was sent for nothing but a rope.
Shamala! Shamane! Shamane! Mistress, both man and master is possessed. I know it by their pale and deadly looks. They must be bound and laid in some dark room. Yet, by mine honesty, if he be mad, as I believe no other, his madness hath the oddest frame of sense. Such a dependency of thing on thing, as e'er I heard in madness. How if he be in love then? Love is merely a madness, and I tell you, deserves as well a dark house and a whip as madmen do. But the reason why they are not so punished and cured is that the lunacy is so ordinary that the whippers are in love too. Perhaps this day will turn us all to fools and madmen.
Say, wherefore didst thou lock me forth today? And why dost thou deny the bag of gold?
I did not, gentle husband, lock thee forth.
And I, gentle master, received no gold, but confess you were locked out.
Dissembling villain, thou speakest false in both.
Dissembling woman, thou art false in all, and art confederate with a cursed pack to make a loathsome abject scorn of me!
Oh, find him, find him! Let him not come near me!
More company! The fiend is strong within him.
Ay me, poor man, how pale and wan he looks. Ah.
What, will you murder me? Thou officer thou! I am thy prisoner! Wilt thou suffer them to make a rescue?
Bind this man, for he is frantic too.
What wilt thou do, thou peevish officer? Hast thou delight to see a wretched man do outrage and displeasure to himself?
And if he lets him go, the debt he owes will be required of thee.
I will discharge thee ere I go from thee. Bear me forthwith unto his creditor, and, knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. A good master doctor, see him safe conveyed home to my house. Oh, most unhappy day. Go, bear him hence.
Oh, those poor souls.
Sister? No. Say now, whose suit is he arrested at? Angelo, the goldsmith. I know the man. What is the sum he owes? Say, how grows it due? He did bespeak a chain, but had it not.
When as your husband, all in rage today, came to my house and took away my ring, the ring I saw upon his finger now. Straight after did I meet him with a chain.
It may be so, but I never did see it. Come, officer, bring me where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth here at large.
Oh, mercy, mercy, they're loose again!
And come with naked swords! Let's call for help to have them bound again!
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I see these witches are afraid of swords. She that would be your wife now ran from you. Come to the centaur, fetch our stuff from thence. I long that we were safe and sound aboard.
Faith,
Stay here this night. They will surely do us no harm. You saw they speak us fair, give us gold. Methinks they are such a gentle nation that, but for the mountain of mad flesh that claims marriage of me, I could find in my heart to stay here still and turn witch.
I will not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore away, to get our stuff aboard.
I am sorry, sirs, that I have hindered you, but I protest he had the chain of me, though most dishonestly he doth deny it.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
A very reverend reputation, sir, of credit infinite, highly beloved, second to none that lives here in the city. His word might bear my wealth at any time.
Speak softly. Yonder, as I think, he walks.
'Tis so, and that self-chain about his neck which he forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me. I'll speak to him. Senor Antipholus, I wonder much that you would put me to this shame and trouble, not without some scandal to yourself, with circumstances and oaths so to deny this chain you had of me, which now you wear so openly, besides the charge, shame, imprisonment. You have done wrong to this, my honest friend, who, but for staying on our controversy, had hoisted sail and put to sea today. This chain you had of me, can you deny it?
I think I had. I never did deny it.
Yes, that you did, sir, and forswore it too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
These ears of mine, thou knowest is hear thee. Fie on thee, wretch. 'Tis pity that thou livest to walk where any honest man resort.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. Approve mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently, if thou darest stand.
I dare, and do defy thee for a villain.
Hold, hurt him not. For God's sake, he is mad. Some, get within him, take his sword away, bind Romeo too, and bear them to my house.
Run, master, run, for God's sake! Take a house! This is some priory. Either we are spoiled!
Be patient, be quiet, people. Wherefore throng you hither?
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence. Let us come in that we may bind him fast and bear him home for his recovery.
I knew he was not in his perfect wits.
I'm sorry now that we did draw on him.
How long hath this possession held the man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, and sad, and much different from the man he was. But till this afternoon his passion ne'er brake into extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost much wealth by wreck of sea? Buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eye strayed in his affection in unlawful love? A sin prevailing in youthful men, who give their eyes liberty of gazing. Which of these sorrows is he subject to?
To none of these, except to be the last, namely, some love that drew him oft from home.
You should have reprehended him.
Why, so I did.
Aye, but not rough enough.
As roughly as my modesty would let me.
Haply in private.
And in assemblies too.
Aye, but not enough.
It was the copy of our conference. In bed he slept not for my urging it. At board he fed not for my urging it. Alone it was a subject of my theme. In company I often glanced at it. Still did I tell him it was vile and bad.
And thereof came it that the man was mad. The venom clamors of a jealous woman, poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railing, and thereof came it that his head was light. Thou sayest his meat was sauced by thy upbraiding. Unquiet meals make for ill digestions, and thereof the raging fire of fever bred. And what is fever but a fit of madness? Thou sayest his sport was hindered by thy brawls. Sweet recreation barred what doth ensue but moody and dull melancholy. Kinsman to grim and comfortless despair, and at her heels a huge, infectious troop of pale distemperatures and foes to life. In food, in sport, in life-preserving rest, to be disturbed would mad, or man, or beast. The consequence is, then, thy jealous fits hath stared thy husband from the use of wits.
She never reprehended him but mildly, when he demeaned himself rough, rude, and wildly. Why bear you these rebukes and answer not?
She did betray me to mine own reproof. Good people enter and lay hold on him.
No, not a creature enters my house.
Then let your servants bring my husband forth.
Neither. He took this place for sanctuary, and it shall please him from your hands till I have brought him to his wits again, or lose my labor in assaying it.
I will attend my husband, be his nurse, diet his sickness, for it is my office, and will have no attorney but myself. Therefore, let me have him home with me.
Be patient, for I will not let him stir till I have used the approved means I have, with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers to make of him a formal man again. This is a branch and parcel of mine oath, a charitable duty of mine order. Therefore, depart and leave him here with me.
I will not hence and leave my husband here, and ill it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Be quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have him.
Complain unto the Duke of this indignity.
Come, go. I will fall prostrate at his feet, and never rise till my tears and prayers have won his grace to come in person hither, and take perforce my husband from the abbess.
By this, I think, the dial points at 5. Anon, I'm sure, the Duke himself in person comes this way to the Melancholy Vale, the place of death and sorry execution, behind the ditches of the abbey here.
Upon what cause?
To see a reverend Syracusian merchant who put unluckily into this bay, against the laws and statutes of this town, to be beheaded publicly for his offense.
See where he comes. We will behold his death.
Kneel to the Duke before he pass the abbey.
Yet once again, proclaim it publicly. If any friend will pay the sum for him, he shall not die. So much we tender him.
Justice, most sacred Duke, against the abbess.
She is a virtuous and a reverend lady. It cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
And may it please your grace, Antipholus, my husband, who I made lord of me, and all I had, at your important letters, this ill day, a most outrageous fit of madness took him, that desperately he hurried through the street, with his bondmen, all as mad as he, doing displeasure to the citizens by rushing in their houses, bearing thence rings, jewels, anything his rage did like. Once did I get him bound, and send him home, whilst to take order for the wrongs I went that here and there his fury had committed. Anon, I wot not by what strong escape he broke from those that had guarded him, and with his mad attendant and himself, each with ireful passion, with drawn swords, met us again, and madly bent on us, chased us away, till raising him more aid, we came again to buy them. Then they fled into this abbey here, whither we pursued them, and here the abbess shuts the gates on us, and will not suffer us to fetch him forth, nor send him forth, that we may bear him hence. Therefore, most gracious Duke, let him be brought forth and borne hence for help.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee engaged a prince's word, when thou didst make him master of thy bed, to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you, knock at the abbey gate, and bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Peace, fool, thy master and his man are here. So this is false thou dost report to us.
I hear him. Why, be gone.
Come, stand by me, fear nothing, guard with halberds.
Me? It is my husband. Witness you that he is born about invisible. Even now we housed him in this abbey. Now he's there, past thought of human reason.
Justice, most gracious Duke. Oh, grant me justice, even for the service that long since I did for thee, when I bestirred thee in the wars, and took deep scars to save thy life. Even for the blood that then I lost for thee, now grant me justice.
Unless the fear of death doth make me dote, I see my son Ativlus and Dromio.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there, she whom thou gavest to me to be my wife. Thou hast abused and dishonored me, even in the strength and height of injury. Beyond imagination is the wrong that she this day hath shameless thrown on me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, great Duke, she shut the doors on me, while she with villains feasted in my house.
A grievous fault. Say, woman, didst thou so?
No, my good lord. Myself, he, and my sister today did dine together. So befall my soul, as this is false he burdens me withal.
Ne'er may I look on day nor sleep on night, but what she tells to your highness is simple truth.
O perjured woman, they are both forsworn, and this madman justly chargeth them.
My liege, I'm advised of what I say. Neither disturbed with the effect of wine, nor heady rash, provoked with rage and ire, albeit my rounds might make one wiser mad. This woman knocked me out this day from dinner. The goldsmith, were he not packed with her, could witness it, for he was with me then, who parted with me to go fetch the chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine, where Balthazar and I did dine together. Our dinner done, and he not coming hither, I went to seek him. In the street I met him, and his company, that gentleman. There did this perjured goldsmith swear me down that I this day of him received the chain, which, God he knows, I saw not.
Yes, he
did. He did arrest me with an officer. I did obey, and sent my peasant home for certain ducats, but he with none returned. Then fairly I bespoke the officer to go in person with me to my house. By the way we met, my wife, her sister, and a rabble more vile confederates. Along with them, they brought one pinch. A hungry, lean-faced villain, a mere anatomy, a mountebank, a threadbare juggler, and a fortune-teller, a needy, hollow-eyed, sharp-looking wretch, a living dead man. This pernicious slave, forsooth, to come on as a conjurer, and gazing in mine eyes, feeling my pulse, with no face, as 'twere, outfaced me and cries out, Shamali, Shamala, Shamali. I was possessed. Then all together they fell upon me, bound me, bore me thence. And in a dark and dankish vault at home, there left me and my man. Dromio, both bound together. Till gnawing at my cords, my bonds in sunder, I gained freedom, and immediately ran hither to your grace, whom I beseech to give me ample satisfaction for these deep shames and great indignities.
My lord, in truth, I witnessed with him thus far that he dined not at home, but was locked out.
But had he such a chain of thee, or no?
He had, my lord, and when he ran in here, these people saw the chain about his neck.
Besides, I'll be sworn these ears of mine heard you confess you had the chain of him, after you first forswore it on the mart, and thereupon I drew my sword on you, and then you fled into this abbey here. From whence, I think, you are come by miracle.
I never came within these abbey walls.
Yes,
nor
you
didst
did.
thou draw thy sword on me.
Yes, I did.
I never saw the chain. So help me heaven, and this is false you burden me withal.
Why, what an intricate impeach is this? I think you all have drunk of Circe's cup. If here you housed him, here he would have been. If he were mad, he would not plead so coldly. You say he dined at home. The goldsmith here denies that saying.
Yes.
Sirrah, what say you?
Sir, he dined with her at the Porpentine, and from Mariana, the hostess, to take of her a ring.
'Tis true, my liege, this ring I had of her.
Sawest thou him enter at the abbey here?
As sure, my liege, as I do see your grace.
Why, this is strange. Go, call the abbess hither. I think you all are mated or stark mad.
Most mighty Duke, vouchsafe me speak a word. Happily I see a friend who will save my life, and pay the sum that may deliver me.
Speak freely, Syracusan, what thou wilt.
Your name, sir, is not Tiflis, and this is not your bondman, Dromio.
Within this hour, I was his bondman. But I thank him, not unto my cords, and now I am his man. Romeo, unbound.
I'm sure both you remember me.
Ourselves we do remember, sir, by you. For lately we were bound as you are now. You are not Pinch's patient, are you, sir?
Why look you strange at me? You know me well.
I never saw you in my life till now.
Oh, grief hath changed me thither. In that careful hours, has time's deformed head, has written strained features in my face. But tell me yet, dost thou know my voice?
Neither.
Dromio, nor thou?
Nor I.
I'm sure thou dost.
And I'm sure I do not. And whatever a man does deny, you are bound to believe him.
Knows not my voice, O time's extremity? Hast thou cracked and splitted thy poor tongue? That in 7 years my only son knows not my feeble key of untuned cares. Oh, this grated face of mine shall be hid. Then sap-consuming winter's drizzled snow, that all the conduits of my blood froze up. My night of life, some memory left. My wasting lamps, some fading glimmer left. My dull deaf ears, of little use to hear. All these old witnesses I cannot air. But tell me yet, thou art my son, Antipholus?
I never saw my father in my life.
But in 7 years, and Syracuse boy, thou knowest we parted. Unless, my son, thou shamest to acknowledge me in misery.
The Duke and all that know me in the city can witness with me that is not so. I never saw Syracuse in my life.
I tell thee, Syracusan, 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, during which time he ne'er saw Syracusa. I see thy age and dangers make thee dote.
Most mighty Duke, behold a man much wronged.
I see 2 husbands, or mine eyes deceive me.
One of these men is genius to the other. And so of these, which is the natural man and which the spirit? Who deciphers them?
I, sir, am Dromio. Command him away.
I, Sir Andromio, pray let me stay.
Aegeon art thou not? Or else his ghost?
Oh,
My old master! Who hath bound him here?
Whoever bound him, I will loose his bonds and gain a husband by his liberty.
What?
Speak, old Aegeon, if thou beatst the man that had a wife, once called Amelia, that bore thee at a burden, 2 fair sons. Oh, if thou beatst the same Aegeon, speak, and speak unto the same Amelia.
Why, here begins his morning story right. These 2 Antipholuses, these 2 so alike, and these 2 Dromios, one in semblance. Besides her urging of her wreck at sea, these are the parents to these children which, accidentally, are met together.
If I dream not, thou art Amelia, and if thou art she, then tell me, where is the son that floated with you on that fatal raft?
By men of Epidamnum, he and I and the twin Dromio were all taken up. But by and by, rude fishermen of Corinth, by force, took Dromio and my son from them. And me, they left with those of Epidamnum. What then became of them, I cannot tell. I, to this fortune that you see me in.
Antipholus, thou camest from Corinth first.
No, sir, not I. I came from Syracuse.
Stay, stand apart. I know not which is which.
I came from Corinth, my most gracious lord, and I with him, brought to this town by that most famous warrior, Duke Menaphon, your most renowned uncle.
Which of you 2 did dine with me today?
I, gentle mistress.
And are not you my husband?
No, I say nay to that.
And so do I. Yet did she call me so. And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, to call me brother. What I told you then, I hope I shall have leisure to make good. This be not a dream I see and hear.
This is the chain which you had of me.
I think it be, sir. I deny it not.
And you, sir, for this chain arrested me.
I think I did, sir. I deny it not.
I sent you money, sir, to be your bail, by Dromio, but I think you brought it not.
None by me.
This purse of ducats I received from you, and Dromio my man did bring them me. I see we still did meet each other's man, and I was ta'en for him, and he for me. And thereupon these errors are arose.
These ducats pawn I for my father here.
It shall not need. Thy father hath his life.
Shall I return the diamond ring to the hostess Mariana?
There,
He's right.
take it, and give her much thanks for my good cheer.
Renowned Duke, vouchsafe to take the pains to go with us into the abbey here, and here at large discoursed all our fortunes and all that are assembled in this place, that by the sympathized one day's error have suffered wrong. Go, keep us good company, and we shall make full satisfaction. 33 years have I begone in travail of you, my sons, until this present hour my heavy burden ne'er delivered. The Duke, my husband, and my children both, and you, the calendars of their nativity, go to a gossip's feast, and go with me. After so long grief, such festivity!
With all my heart, I'll gossip at this feast.
Master, shall I fetch your stuff from shipboard?
Dromio, what stuff of mine hast thou embarked?
Your good sir, that lay at host in the centaur.
He speaks to me. I am your master, Dromio. Come, go with us. We'll look to that anon. Embrace thy brother there. Rejoice with him.
Here is a fat
friend that kitchened me at your master's house for you today at dinner. She now shall be my sister, not my wife.
Methinks you are my class, and not my brother. I see by you. I'm a sweet-faced youth. Will you go in to see their gossiping?
Not I, sir. You are my elder.
That's a question. How shall we try it?
We'll draw cuts for the senor. Till then, lead thou first.
Nay, then thus. We came into the world like brother and brother. Let's go hand in hand, not one before another.